The 82-year-old former president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma, is once again the subject of controversy after claims that he was involved with evil-spirited sangomas. Before we continue, please kindly hit on the subscribe button as we go into the details. Both his friends and detractors are concerned by these statements, which cast doubt on his motivations and present mental health. According to a close source of Jacob Zuma's daughter Duduzile, the former president has been hanging out with traditional healers from Sangomas who are evil-spirited. The insider claims that Zuma has been consulting with a certain sangoma from Pietermaritzburg's hilly areas lately. The source close to Duduzile raised serious concerns about the nature of these engagements, implying that they entail truly unpleasant things, even if the specifics are still unclear and cloaked in secrecy. The source's unwillingness to elaborate has only increased conjecture and anxiety, since the word evil-spirited implies participation in potentially damaging or malicious activities. The notion that a former president may be engaged in more sinister parts of traditional healing and spiritual practices has triggered strong emotions in a nation where these traditions are firmly embedded in many communities. A succession of highs and lows have characterized Jacob Zuma's political career, notably his turbulent presidency from 2009 to 2018, which was tainted by legal disputes and corruption allegations. Zuma held the highest post for a long time, but his influence in South African politics has declined recently, especially following his forced departure and the legal issues that followed. There have been rumors that Zuma is looking for other ways to get back control or influence after it was revealed that he allegedly had ties to Sangomas. Some political observers speculate that Zuma may be reverting to spiritual activities in a last-ditch effort to turn around his situation, having exhausted traditional political options. The morality and efficacy of such measures are still quite debatable, however. Many have questioned why Zuma, as he approaches his senior years, would not just retire and live a quiet life free from the constraints of political ambition. After all, he presided over the country for more than 9 years, during which time he accomplished great things and faced controversy. The former president, however, doesn't seem to be able or ready to blend in with the backdrop. There are now further demands for Zuma to completely step down from public life as a result of this most recent development. Critics contend that his ongoing participation in politics, and maybe even darker spiritual practices, only serves to further taint his memory and add further friction to an already unstable political environment. Jacob Zuma's already contentious reputation has become more nuanced due to his alleged participation with evil-spirited sangomas. Concerns over the former president's present course and the possible ramifications for those around him have surely been raised, regardless of the veracity of these accusations or if they are just the product of conjecture. What more does Jacob Zuma seek, and at what cost, is still a concern as South Africa struggles with its political issues. It remains to be seen how this most recent chapter of his life will play out, but for the time being it seems that the former president is not prepared to leave the limelight or the background. Once more, President of the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, Juliusmalema, emphasized in a new venue that Zimbabwe's ongoing emergency situation must be resolved by the country's citizens, urging the youth in particular to stand up and take action. Speaking candidly, Malema said that while Zimbabweans are an integral part of Africa and are free to seek assistance from wherever in the continent, there is a clear solution to their nation's problems within their reach. Malema said, "Zimbabweans are to blame for their own problems. They are significant to Africa and to us because they can express themselves wherever and at any time. Nonetheless, Zimbabweans themselves must address the country's problems." His words reflect a broader belief that real transformation should originate inside Zimbabwe and that external assistance and territorial fortitude have their limits. The founder of the EFF didn't hold back when he urged young people in Zimbabwe to stop fearing the ZANU-PF government as it matures. "We can support and encourage them, but Zimbabwean young need to take the initiative." Malema criticized the idea that people should be afraid of old guys who are unable to walk rather than taking part in opposition against them. He urged the youth to be more actively involved in their nation's political transformation. Malema's remarks have sparked a variety of reactions, particularly from